Don't be afraid of finance, especially if you're living alone. You can handle this, and I'm going to show you how. In this video, you'll learn clear, practical tips that will help you feel more confident about managing your money as a senior living alone. These are not complicated strategies. They're simple steps you can take today to gain more control over your finances and live with peace of mind. The number 8 tip is a simple and powerful tool. You don't want to miss it. You don't need to be a financial expert. You just need the right mindset, some helpful tools, and the willingness to take small, steady steps. I'll walk you through everything you need to know. 1. Start with a clear picture. The very first step to taking control of your finances is to start with a clear picture. You can't manage what you can't see. And if you're living alone, having clarity is more than just helpful, it's essential. It's your anchor. So let's begin right there. By knowing what you have. Start with your income. What money comes in each month? This might include your pension, Social Security, any retirement savings, rental income, or even small side earnings. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, every bit counts, and it's important to see the full picture. Don't guess, write it down, put it on paper, or use a very simple monthly tracker. Nothing complicated. You can even use a basic notebook. Just list your sources of income and how much you receive from each one, on average, every month. Next, let's talk about savings. How much do you have saved up right now? It's okay if it's not a huge amount. The point is not to judge what you see. It's simply to see it. Savings can include your emergency fund, any money in the bank, or other assets you can rely on if needed. It's important to know what you can fall back on. When you see that amount clearly, even if it's modest, it gives you a better sense of security and confidence. And finally, your expenses. This is where things can feel a little tricky, but don't worry, I'll walk you through it. Write down every monthly expense you have. Begin with the essentials: your rent or mortgage, utility bills, groceries, medications, transportation. Then, add the smaller item subscriptions, occasional dining out, gifts, even that cup of coffee you like to enjoy once in a while. Every single thing matters, and every expense you track adds to your power. You may be thinking, but I don't remember every detail. That's completely okay. This isn't about being perfect. Just start with what you do remember. And from this moment forward, try to pay attention to where your money goes. You can track your spending for just 1 week at a time. That alone will start to give you some eye-opening insights. The goal here isn't to cut everything out or to make you feel restricted. The goal is awareness. When you know what's coming in and what's going out, you can start to make choices that truly support your peace of mind. You might realize you're spending more than you thought on one area and want to adjust. Or you might discover that you actually have more flexibility than you assumed. But here's the key. Writing it all down changes everything. It takes your thoughts out of your head, where they can feel confusing or overwhelming, and puts them on paper where you can see them clearly. It gives you something solid to work with. And that feeling, knowing exactly where you stand, is powerful. It's your starting point. From there, you can build. From there, you can plan. From there, you can feel steady and strong. I want you to feel proud of yourself for even considering doing this. Most people avoid this step because they're afraid of what they'll find. But not you. You're showing courage by choosing to face your finances with open eyes. That's something worth celebrating. So here's what I encourage you to do. After this video, take 30 quiet minutes for yourself. Get your favorite notebook or open a blank sheet on your computer or tablet. Write out what comes in, what goes out, and what you have saved. Keep it simple, honest, and clear. That's all. And remember this, you are in control. You may not control everything about the economy or unexpected expenses, but you do control your awareness, your choices, and your habits. And that kind of control is more than enough to create the life you want. Clarity is your greatest ally. It gives you direction. It helps you plan. And most importantly, it reminds you that no matter what your financial situation looks like right now, you have what it takes to make things better, one small, smart step at a time. Before we move on to the next financial tip, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll get more helpful tips and easy-to-follow advice on how to live and enjoy a peaceful, happy, and healthy life. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button now. 2. Create a monthly plan you can stick to. Now that you have a clear picture of where you stand, what's coming in, what's going out, and what you have saved, it's time to take the next step. And that step is creating a monthly plan you can stick to. Not a complicated budget, not pages of numbers that feel confusing. Just a simple, steady plan that makes your money work for you, not against you. Let's start with the essentials. These are the things you absolutely need to take care of every month: your housing, food, health, and transportation. These 4 areas are the foundation of your well-being. If you're renting or paying a mortgage, that's your first line item. If you rely on medications, regular doctor visits, or health-related expenses, those come next. Food is not just about survival, it's about energy, comfort, and nutrition. And whether you drive or use public transportation, getting around safely matters. Take the total income you wrote down earlier and subtract your essential expenses. That shows you what's left over. Don't worry if there's not a huge amount. What matters is that you now know what you're working with. And knowledge, again, puts you in control. Now here's something I really want you to hear. Your plan should not be about cutting joy out of your life. You've lived long, you've worked hard, and you deserve to enjoy the years ahead. So, in your monthly plan, always set aside a little something for joy. This could be $5 or $50. It could go toward a meal with a friend, a book you've been wanting, a craft you enjoy, or even just your favorite treat from the store. This isn't wasting money, it's honoring your spirit. It's a reminder that life is not just about paying bills. It's about living with dignity and delight, even in the small things. So when you make your plan, make it with kindness toward yourself. Don't punish yourself for the past. Don't stress over perfection. Just give your money a job to do and let it serve your peace. Once you've set your essentials and made space for a bit of joy, look at what's left. This remaining amount, no matter how small, is where you can start to build breathing room. Maybe you use it to add a little to savings. Maybe you save up for a yearly bill. Maybe you keep it aside for unexpected expenses. Even just knowing that it's there can reduce anxiety. If your expenses are higher than your income, that's not a reason to panic. It's just a signal that something needs adjusting. Maybe there's a subscription you no longer use. Maybe you're paying for something automatically that you didn't even realize. Review each item and ask, is this helping me live well? If the answer is no, you can let it go. And if there's no room to adjust, don't feel ashamed. That's a common reality for many people, especially those living on fixed incomes. There are programs, resources, and community services that can help, but it starts with knowing where you stand. That's why this plan is so powerful. It brings clarity to where your money is going and invites you to decide if that's where you want it to go. You might want to revisit this plan every month or even every 2 weeks. It can change and grow with you. It's not something you set once and forget. It's a tool you use to stay grounded, to stay aware, and to stay free from worry. Because here's the truth. A good plan brings peace, and you deserve that peace. You deserve to wake up and not feel anxious about whether you can pay your bills. You deserve to know that you've made wise decisions that support your needs and honor your life. You deserve the comfort of knowing that your money is under your direction, not the other way around. So give yourself this gift, a simple plan, a thoughtful guide. Not something to stress over, but something to lean on. Because when you know what's coming, what's going, and where it's all headed, you don't just survive, you thrive. And that's what I want for you. Peace, freedom, and the quiet confidence of knowing you're doing just fine. 3. Simplify your finances. When it comes to money, complexity can create confusion. And confusion leads to stress, especially if you're handling everything on your own. But it doesn't have to be that way. The truth is, the simpler your money system, the more confident you'll feel every single day. Let's begin with a simple but powerful tool: automatic payments. If you have regular bills like rent, utilities, phone, or insurance, setting them to pay automatically from your account can save you time, worry, and late fees. It's one less thing to remember. And when you remove the stress of due dates and reminders, your mind has more space to focus on the things that truly matter to you. Now, I know some people feel nervous about automatic payments, and that's understandable. You want to make sure there's money in the account before something gets withdrawn. That's why it's so important to keep track of your balance, and your monthly plan like we talked about earlier. When you're aware of what's coming in and what's going out, automation becomes a helpful tool instead of something scary. You can also automate savings. Even just a small amount each month, 10, 25, whatever you can manage can automatically move from your main account into a savings account. Over time, without much effort, that little bit grows into something meaningful. And the best part? You don't have to think about it. It just happens in the background, quietly supporting your future. Next, let's look at your bank accounts. Some people have multiple accounts they opened years ago and don't really use, or they have money scattered in different places, making it hard to keep track. If that sounds like you, it may be time to consider consolidating. Now, consolidating doesn't mean putting everything in one place without thought. It means reducing the number of accounts or credit cards you manage, so your financial life becomes easier to follow. If you have 2 or 3 checking accounts and only use one, you might close the others. If you have several credit cards with small balances, you might choose to pay them off and stick with just one reliable card. This is not about making big changes all at once. It's about streamlining, step by step. When your money is simplified, something amazing happens. You feel more in control. You don't lose track of bills. You don't feel overwhelmed by paperwork. You don't worry about missed payments or bounced checks. Instead, you start to feel organized, calm, and capable. And that's a feeling we all deserve. Speaking of paperwork, let's talk about that too. If you've got drawers or folders full of old statements, letters, or receipts, it's time to declutter. Keep only what you need: your current bills, your most recent bank statements, your important documents like insurance and tax records. Anything else that's outdated or no longer useful? Let it go. You can even scan important papers and save them digitally if that feels easier. Reducing paperwork reduces mental clutter. It clears your space and your mind. It means that when you need something, you can find it quickly. And when something arrives in the mail, you'll know whether to keep it or toss it. That's freedom. So here's what I want you to remember. Simplifying your finances isn't just about being organized. It's about giving yourself room to breathe. It's about saying, I deserve to have a peaceful relationship with money. It's about making your life easier, not harder. You don't have to track 20 things every week. You don't have to juggle multiple cards, accounts, and payment dates. Let your money system work for you. Choose automation where it helps. Close accounts that add confusion. Clear out the clutter. And most importantly, trust that each small step you take brings you closer to ease, confidence, and peace. This is your life. You've earned the right to enjoy it without being buried in money stress. A simplified system helps you do just that. You don't need to chase perfection. You just need a plan that feels calm, clear, and steady. And you are absolutely capable of building that. 4. Know what benefits you're entitled to. There are programs, discounts, and support systems out there that were designed for people like you seniors who have contributed, worked, and cared for others for years. These are not handouts. They are not charities. They are earned supports. You've put in the time. You've paid your dues. Now it's time to let the system work for you. The truth is, many seniors miss out on helpful resources simply because they don't know they exist. But imagine if you could find just one Benefitone extra discount, one healthcare program, one food or housing support that could ease your monthly expenses or provide more comfort. That could make a real difference, and you deserve that difference. Let's start with government programs. Depending on where you live, there may be federal, state, or local services available to you. For example, in the U.S., programs like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and Supplemental Security Income, SSI, are designed specifically to support older adults. If you're already enrolled, great, but it's still worth checking to make sure you're getting the full benefits you qualify for. And if you haven't enrolled yet or don't know what's available, it's never too late to ask questions and start the process. There are also housing assistance programs, utility discounts, and meal programs like Meals on Wheels. Some organizations can even help cover the cost of prescriptions or provide transportation to medical appointments. You don't have to navigate these things alone. There are offices and phone lines specifically set up to walk you through it step by step. Next, look at senior discounts. These might feel small on the surface, 10% off here, a free perk there, but they add up. Grocery stores, pharmacies, public transportation, phone services, restaurants, and even entertainment venues often offer senior pricing. All you have to do is ask. Don't be shy. You've earned the right to benefit from these programs, and every dollar saved is a dollar that can serve you somewhere else. Healthcare support is another area where many seniors leave money on the table. There are programs that can help cover copays, reduce premiums, or offer free checkups and screenings. There might be local clinics or nonprofits in your area that serve seniors at reduced cost or even free of charge. Again, the key is knowing what's available and how to apply. And this is where your next action step comes in. Make a list. Sit down with a notebook, or on your phone, or with someone you trust, and start listing what benefits you already use and what you might want to explore. It could be as simple as searching online for benefits for seniors in your city or country, or calling a local senior center or government agency for help. Don't try to do it all at once. Just take one benefit at a time. If you can apply for one thing this week, that's progress. If you can gather information about another one next week, even better. Bit by bit, you build a support system around you, a cushion that you fully deserve. And remember this, always. You are not asking for favors. You are receiving support that is already yours. You've worked hard. You've contributed to your community, your family, and your society. These benefits are here because you earned them. So please, don't let pride or fear or confusion hold you back. Reach out, ask questions, get help filling out the forms if you need to. Every bit of support you receive is a step toward greater peace, comfort, and stability. You are not a burden. You are a person who has given much, and now it's time for some of that care to come back to you. You are not alone in this. There is help. There are options. There is support waiting to be claimed, and it has your name on it. 5. Avoid unnecessary spending. This can sneak in through small daily habits, emotional decisions, or even simple forgetfulness. But once you shine a light on it, you can take back control. And that control brings peace of mind. Now, this isn't about guilt or restriction. This isn't about cutting out everything fun or living on bare bones. It's about awareness. It's about asking yourself one simple question before each purchase. Do I really need this, or do I just want it right now? It's so easy to buy something just to fill a moment. Maybe you're feeling lonely or tired, or maybe a commercial just made it sound like the solution to everything. But when you pause just for a few seconds and check in with yourself, you often realize that what you really need isn't that product at all. What you might need is comfort, or connection, or simply a walk outside and a deep breath. Emotional spending happens to everyone, and when you live alone, it's even easier to fall into the trap. No one's watching. No one's there to say, "Do you really need that?" So you have to be the one to ask. And the more you practice that pause, the more you gently challenge those small decisions, the more powerful you become. Then there's subscription spending. This is a big one. Things like TV services, magazines, apps, or memberships that quietly renew every month or year. You might have signed up once and forgotten about it, or maybe it felt useful at the time, but now you don't even use it. It's okay. It happens. But those little charges can add up to a lot over time. So take a moment, go through your bank statements or credit card history, and look for any repeating payments. If you're not using something, cancel it. That money can be put to better use. Impulse buys are another sneaky category. Maybe it's something at the checkout line. Maybe it's something online that promises to solve all your problems in one click. These are designed to trigger a quick reaction. They want you to act before you think. So your power lies in slowing down. Give yourself 24 hours before making any purchase that isn't part of your plan. Often, by the next day, the urge is past, and you realize you didn't need it after all. Now, here's the beautiful part. Cutting unnecessary spending doesn't mean cutting joy. In fact, when you remove the clutter, the things you do choose to spend on feel more meaningful. And there are so many ways to enjoy life without spending much at all. Look for free or low-cost events in your community. Libraries often have programs, talks, or movies. Senior centers offer activities, games, and social gatherings. Parks, walking groups, music in the square, there's joy all around you. and most of it doesn't cost a thing. When you spend your time doing things that nourish your spirit, you won't feel the need to fill the gap with shopping. You might also enjoy cooking something simple at home, inviting a neighbor for tea, or just sitting outside and soaking in the world around you. These are the kinds of riches money can't buy, but they can save you money by giving you deeper satisfaction. So here's the encouragement I want you to hold on to. Every dollar you don't spend unnecessarily is a dollar that stays with you, a dollar that serves you later. A dollar that can help cover an unexpected cost or go towards something that truly matters to you. You have the power to choose. You can say no to what you don't need and yes to what truly adds value to your life. You're not denying yourself, you're protecting yourself. You're being wise, you're making space for what really counts. And most importantly, you're honoring your future self with every smart decision you make today. 6. Keep emergency funds safe and simple. I know the idea of saving for emergencies might sound like a big, daunting task. You might think, how can I possibly save for emergencies when my day-to-day expenses already feel like a stretch? But let me reassure you, it doesn't have to be a huge amount. In fact, even a small emergency fund can bring you incredible peace of mind and make a major difference in how you handle life's little surprises. The key is that it's there when you need it, and knowing it's there gives you an incredible sense of security. An emergency fund isn't meant to cover every possible situation, but it's meant to cover the things that pop up when you least expect them, whether it's a medical bill, a repair you didn't plan for, or a sudden trip that needs to be taken. These are the moments when an emergency fund can be your best friend. Start small, if that's where you are right now. Even if you set aside just $25 or $50 each month, you're building a cushion. It's not about getting to a magical number overnight. It's about making a habit of saving regularly, no matter how small, so that you're prepared when you need it. Every dollar adds up. Little by little, your emergency fund will grow. And over time, it will offer you the peace of mind you deserve. Make sure your emergency fund is kept in a separate, easily accessible account. It should be a place where you can get to it quickly when necessary, but not one that you're tempted to dip into for non-emergencies. This means setting it apart from your regular checking or savings account, perhaps a simple savings account that offers easy access without being tied to a card or daily spending. The key to an emergency fund is that it stays for emergencies. So, make it simple, make it separate, and most importantly, make it easy to add to over time. Don't stress over getting to a huge amount immediately. The goal is to have a buffer, a little breathing room, so you don't feel cornered when life throws those little challenges your way. Remember, you don't need thousands of dollars to feel secure. A few $100s, a small but steady sum, is often enough to make a difference. That emergency fund is not just about the money, it's about knowing that you're covered, that you have a safety net in place, and that you're not stuck in a panic when the unexpected happens. You can do this. You don't need to be wealthy to have an emergency fund. You just need to be intentional. Regular, small savings can add up to something significant over time. And when you're living alone, that cushion of comfort and control is more valuable than you might realize. So, start small. Start today. Even $5 a week is better than nothing, and over time, it will give you that much-needed peace of mind, knowing you're prepared for whatever comes your way. 7. Learn the basics of avoiding scams. Scammers are out there, always looking for ways to take advantage of those who are vulnerable or unaware. They can be sneaky. They can sound convincing. But you have something that they don't, your instinct and your ability to think carefully before reacting. Whether it's an email claiming you've won a prize, a phone call telling you that you owe money, or someone pressuring you to make an immediate decision, always remember, if something feels off, it probably is. Trust your gut. If someone is trying to rush you into making a decision or acting without giving you time to think, that's a red flag. Scammers often use high-pressure tactics, making you feel like you need to act immediately. They might offer you too-good-to-be-true deals or try to create a sense of urgency. You have to act now or miss out. But you don't have to make decisions under pressure. In fact, making decisions when you're rushed or confused is often the quickest way to make a mistake. If you ever feel uncertain about an email or phone call, don't hesitate to ask someone you trust. This could be a family member, a friend, or even a local community service, Ask for their advice. No one should make you feel embarrassed for taking a moment to verify something. You have every right to be cautious. Another key to protecting yourself is to keep your financial information private. Don't share your banking details, social security number, or personal passwords with any, especially over the phone or in response to unsolicited emails. Scammers often try to trick you into revealing this kind of information by pretending to be someone you know or a trusted institution. And remember, there are legitimate businesses and organizations that will never ask you for personal information in a way that feels suspicious. If you're ever in doubt, call the company or institution directly using a number from their official website, not the number given to you by the caller. Take that extra step. Your safety and security are worth it. You are smart and capable. You've lived a full life, and you've learned to spot when things don't seem quite right. Don't let anyone rush or trick you. Take your time. You have the power to say no, to walk away, and to protect yourself. Scammers may try to fool you, but they won't succeed if you stay vigilant. 8. Use technology that works for you. This might seem intimidating at first, but can actually be one of the most powerful tools in your financial toolkit technology. I know the idea of using apps, online banking, or even a simple calculator can feel overwhelming. But let me assure you, you're never too old to use a tool that helps you thrive. In fact, technology can make your life easier, more organized, and give you more control over your finances. It's all about finding the right tools for you. Start with something simple, like a basic budgeting app. There are a lot of free or low-cost apps available that can help you track your income, expenses, and savings. These apps can connect directly to your bank account, automatically updating your transactions, and helping you stay on top of your spending without having to manually enter everything. It's like having a personal assistant that keeps everything in order for you. If apps aren't your thing, you can still benefit from online banking. Many banks offer easy-to-use platforms where you can check your balance, transfer money, or even pay bills. You can set up automatic payments so that you don't have to worry about missing a payment, and you can access your accounts from the comfort of your home. And if you're ever unsure about how to use any of these features, you can always ask a family member or a trusted friend to help you set things up. Another helpful tool is a simple calculator. It sounds basic, but sometimes all you need is a tool that can quickly give you answers. If you're trying to figure out how much money you have left after paying bills or how much you need to save for an upcoming expense, a calculator can give you instant clarity. You don't need to complicate things. Use what works for you and ignore the rest. The key here is to find technology that makes your life easier, not more complicated. If something doesn't work for you, don't use it. There are plenty of options out there, and the goal is to simplify, not overwhelm. And here's the thing. You don't have to be a tech expert to use these tools. Most of these programs are designed to be intuitive, and with a little practice, you'll become more comfortable. Plus, you can always ask for help if you need it. So, don't shy away from technology just because it feels unfamiliar. Embrace it as a way to support you in managing your finances more efficiently. You have the ability to learn, adapt, and make these tools work for you. They're here to help you, not complicate your life. You deserve to live with peace of mind, knowing that you're in control of your money. With the right technology, you can stay organized, track your spending, and make smarter financial decisions with confidence. 9. Talk to someone you trust about money. This part often gets overlooked when it comes to finance talking about it. I know that money can feel like a private matter. Many of us were raised to believe that it's something you don't discuss openly. But here's the truth. Talking about your finances with someone you trust isn't a weakness. It's a strength. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a qualified financial counselor, just having someone to talk to can make a huge difference. Because sometimes what you really need isn't just more information, it's clarity. And talking things out can bring that clarity faster than trying to sort through everything on your own. Maybe you have a question about your bank statement that doesn't quite make sense, or you're unsure about a bill you received in the mail. Or maybe you're thinking about making a big financial decision, like selling something valuable, changing insurance plans, or adjusting your monthly budget. When you talk these things through with someone you trust, you're more likely to feel confident in your next step. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, asking for help is one of the smartest things you can do. It shows that you care about making good decisions. It shows that you're willing to learn. And it opens the door to support something we all need from time to time. And if you're not sure who to turn to, start small. You can talk to a family member you feel safe with, someone who listens more than they judge. Or maybe you feel more comfortable with someone outside your circle, a nonprofit financial counselor, a senior center advisor, or even your local bank representative. There are people out there who genuinely want to help, and they will meet you where you are. You don't have to carry the whole weight of financial decisions on your shoulders. Talking about money with the right person can take a heavy burden and turn it into a shared plan. One step, one question, one conversation at a time. There is strength in asking for help. It's wise, not weak. 10. Stay positive and keep moving forward. This is what ties all of this together, your mindset. Because at the end of the day, finances are just one part of your life. They matter, yes, but they don't define you. They're not the full story, and they never will be. What matters most is the way you move through each day, the way you keep going, the way you handle challenges with grace, and celebrate your victories big and small. So if you've taken the time to make a simple budget or tracked your spending for the first time, celebrate that. If you've started asking questions about your benefits or used an app that helps you stay organized, those are wins. You're learning, you're growing, you're doing more than you give yourself credit for. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the big picture. But the truth is, you don't need to have it all figured out overnight. You just need to take it step by step. When something goes wrong, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it, adjust, and keep moving. Be kind to yourself. If you wouldn't speak harshly to a friend about their finances, don't speak harshly to yourself about yours. You deserve grace. You deserve encouragement. And you deserve the freedom to grow at your own pace. And don't stop learning. Stay curious. Whether it's listening to videos like this one, reading helpful articles, or asking trusted people questions, keep going. Even if you feel like you're starting late, you're still starting. That's what matters. You've come this far. Through ups, downs, challenges, and victories, you've made it here. And that says something about your strength, about your resilience, about your wisdom. You can keep going stronger, smarter, and more confident with each step. Your future is still yours to shape. And with the right tools, mindset, and support, there's no limit to how well you can live. You are absolutely capable of managing your finances no matter your age, no matter your past experiences, and no matter what your situation looks like today. Living alone doesn't mean living in fear. It doesn't mean you have to stay confused, overwhelmed, or stuck. You have what it takes. And everything we've talked about in this video is here to remind you of that. This isn't about doing everything perfectly or knowing all the right financial terms. It's about taking control of your money in a way that brings you peace, security, and confidence. And that starts with one small step. So, here's what I want to encourage you to do. Start with just one tip. Just one. Maybe today is the day you sit down and write out your monthly expenses. Or you call someone you trust to talk about a financial question. Maybe you set up an automatic payment, or look into a benefit you didn't know you were eligible for. Whatever it is, choose one, and take that first step. Because that's how real change happens, one action at a time, one decision at a time, one moment of courage at a time. And please remember, you are not alone on this journey. Even if it feels that way sometimes, you are not alone. There are people cheering you on. I'm cheering you on. I believe in your ability to take charge of your financial life and to do it with strength, wisdom, and grace. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like and subscribe. That helps us reach more people, just like you people, who deserve guidance, support, and encouragement. And if you know another senior who might be feeling unsure about their finances, share this with them. You never know who might be waiting for a little nudge of hope. Finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which tip are you going to try first? What's one thing you're taking away from this video? Let's keep the conversation going, because you're not just watching, you're part of a community now. You've got this. Keep moving forward.